About 3 years ago, I was doing some volunteer work for an organization called Get International in Uganda, and for the first fundraiser I ever had, a fellow named Henry Mukenge came to the fundraiser, and while he was there, he said, "When you're there, please go and visit my mother's school." His mother's a retired nurse, and she started the school to help some of the kids that had really difficult lives, kids from the north that had been child soldiers, kids living on the street. And he said, "Please visit my mom's school." My very last day, I was heading back to the airport, and I was so tired, I had the flu, and I said, "Oh, all right," so I stopped. And then while I was at the school, this group of performers that go to that school came and performed for me, and I was, it's English expression, gobsmacked. I actually started crying. They were so incredible, and I said, "I have to bring these kids here." And so when I got back to Canada again, I said to my friends, I really want to do this, and with their help, we brought a group of 8 students and 2 teachers here to Canada last year. They did an incredible tour, and that really started it. Dream for Uganda is now a registered nonprofit organization. We are dedicated specifically to helping the performing arts program in the school. We're hoping that, and they want us to help them develop their performing arts program into the best in the country. That is our goal, and that is what we're going to do. Now, to get the kids here was a pretty huge deal. They had to get passports, they had to get birth certificates. They needed to get letters of welcome. And the one person who helped out so much in this was our MP for Kitchener Centre, Stephen Woodworth. I had a number of other politicians we asked, and but Stephen, just like that, they had letters come pick them up, extra copies for you. And we will be forever grateful to you for that, Stephen. And I would like now to introduce Stephen, and he has a few words to say. Thank you.
The help she gets now, the toonie I'll pay her at the end of the evening for her kind words, aid. And I am here to encourage the work that Valerie and the others involved in this project are doing for a number of reasons. And really it all comes together. But it starts with the circumstances that we find in Uganda. So I thought I would just collect a little bit of information and share it with you tonight, so that you understand the real impact that a program like this can have. Uganda, of course, is a country which has seen a lot of turmoil over the last number of years, and indeed there are still internally displaced persons, as many as 1.4 million people in Uganda internally displaced. In addition, although there has been a great deal of progress made in dealing with poverty in Uganda, the reality is that 37.7% of the population lives on less than $1.25 a day. And the incidence of poverty has been reduced from about 56% in the early 1990s to about 31% in 2005, but that's still an enormous figure when you consider that Uganda has a population, I think, of about 44 million people in total. And much of that poverty is focused in the rural areas where 85% of Ugandans reside. It has a gender implication because the reality is that all of the rural women are required to work in the agricultural sector in addition to caretaking for their families. And I found an interesting statistic that the average Ugandan woman spends 9 hours a day on just domestic tasks, preparing food, fetching water, firewood, caring for the elderly, in addition to farm labor. And the total workday for such a woman is between 12 and 18 hours a day. And when I read that, I said, well, I got to stop feeling so sorry for myself, some of the hours I put in, because it's not that bad. In addition, of course, children are working on their farms, and in fact, although school is compulsory in the primary grades, many children leave early to go back and work in the farms, which are at subsistence level. Uganda has a literacy rate of 66.8%. Again, there's a gender difference there, 76.8% for males and only 57.7% for females. The children in secondary schools are usually presented with an equipment list, I read, and listen to what's on the list. writing equipment, toilet roll, and cleaning brushes. So we have an opportunity to inspire young people in Uganda to go to school, to stay in school. And what better inspiration can there be but that we feed their soul with performing arts, music, dance. These are the things which really inspire people to live a full life. I'm grateful to be living here in Canada in this age. I grew up in the 1950s. It was a very homogeneous society at that time. But now we live in a city like this and the world has shrunk, and you're going to experience music from across thousands of miles, and just think how lucky and rich your life is to be able to do that. And we want to share that opportunity with these students in Uganda. So without saying more than that, I bring you greetings and welcome on behalf of the Parliament of Canada, the Government of Canada, and all of the constituents that I represent and the wider community, and on their behalf, I thank all of you for being here tonight to support this good work, and especially those who have organized this event. And we're all anxious to listen to the entertainment, so I'm going to stop at that point and just say once again, thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm thrilled to tell you about our first performers, Shangaza. They're a group of artists who operate under the charitable organization called Pamoja Initiative. Shangaza's mission is to promote the celebration and education of African music, dance, and drama to people everywhere. They were established in Toronto in 2008, and the program has enhanced the lives of young, aspiring artists by providing opportunities where they can learn, teach, and showcase their creative abilities. Let me just tell you, these folks love to perform. So, let's not wait anymore. Let's give it up for Shangaza.
different and a lot of energy. There's a lot of jumping. There's a lot going on, but we really pray that have a good time. We're all here to have a good time, so let's enjoy it together. Thank you.